The man only touched the steak with his hand, then asked the waiter to take it back. The waiter was stunned. This was the restaurant's signature dish, and no customer had ever disliked it. But seeing the man's dissatisfied expression, he had to remove the dish and tell the kitchen to make another one. The cook was a bit surprised, but still made a new one. Half an hour later, the second steak was finally served. The man just glanced at it, then started shaking his head. He not only criticized the steak, but also scolded the cook. The waiter had no choice but to take the dish back again. Only after the waiter left did the man breathe a sigh of relief. It turned out he had no money at all, but he wasn't there to eat without paying. He was there to stir up trouble. At first, the head chef didn't care, but with the man sending dishes back one after another, the head chef lost his temper and decided to cook the dish himself. He thought the customer would be satisfied this time, but the man only picked up the steak with a fork, then shook his head again. The waiter had no alternative but to call the head chef and the manager. In the end, the man complained about them fiercely. After hearing this, the head chef felt insulted and wanted to drive him out. The man told him to keep his voice down, not to disturb other customers, and said if he couldn't cook, he could teach him for free. Annoyed, the head chef agreed to his challenge. They went to the kitchen. The man looked around calmly, then picked a piece of steak, and after confirming the steak was fine, he started showing his skills. But he was nervous inside. Although he had cooked this dish countless times, he had lost his sense of taste after all, so there might be mistakes in the dish. He could only rely on his memory to make it. First, he seared the steak to set its shape, then sprinkled black pepper evenly on its surface, next poked holes in the puff pastry, used egg wash to make it stick, and laid 2 slices of cheese on top. After wrapping the steak up, he spread a layer of mustard sauce, and at the same time decorated patterns on the surface. The man's smooth movements left the manager behind him stunned. The manager also guessed his purpose somewhat. When the Wellington steak was ready, the head chef took a bite quickly. Although he was full of anger, he knew he was not as skilled as the man, so he had to give up his position. Finally, the man became the new head chef of the restaurant.
Johnny English.
Have a seat. Come on. Hands are tied. And there are times when one has to...
There's a good person. I know. Who's lovely? Who?